guys, Dave from 4-4 Golf. It's time for the April update. So, been a month since the last time we spoke. In this month's episode we're going to recap the first major of the season, the Masters. We're going to go through some of the other stuff I've been doing, like building a putting green, laying some new turf out in the back garden, and having some lessons with McKay. A little bit of a handicap update, and then we're going to dive straight into my predictions for the next major, the PGA Championship. But first, coffee. That's better. Oh, much better. Right, dog. Take time. What are you doing? You staying there? Okay. So, first of all, the Masters. For someone of my generation who grew up watching Tiger Woods, it's incredible to see him back at the top of the game. So, going to that final round, I really wanted Molinari to win. I think he'd played so well all week, and I was rooting for him, but Tiger just came through. The guy knows the course backwards, you know, that's clear, but he also just had the patience. The only player in the field to not make a double bogey, I believe, happy to be corrected on that, but just goes to show he had the patience. He didn't make any big mistakes out there, and got it done. Okay, so what else in April? I've been doing a couple of things. I had to relay some turf in the back garden, so I'll put some footage in now. Also, I decided I was going to build myself a little putting green for like 3-5 foot putts out of an old pallet. So I had a little bit of fun doing this as well. So here's the video of that.
So we are going to turn these items, including this old pallet, into a small scale putting range. Artificial turf, the pallet, and PVC pipe or polycarbonate roofing. So to make this, we're going to need various tools, but there are some that are more important than others. First of all, the pencil, important for putting behind your ear so you look like you know what you're doing when you probably don't. It's also good to use good quality tools, but if you're like me with DIY, you buy the cheapest shit you can find and hope that it does a job for you. So this $20 hole saw kit is going to come in handy in a little bit. But the most important, the very most important, is beer. Now, I recommend EMU Export, but you can substitute this with others, but I just find that this hits the spot every time. Now we're ready. Okay, just as important as your choice of beer is ensuring that you've got the appropriate safety equipment. As you can see, I'm not ready to undertake any work yet, so I'll be back in 2 seconds with the right gear. As you can see, I've now got my hat, my sunglasses. I'm not going to get burnt. I'll be able to see in the sunlight. I've got my pencil behind me here, so I look like I know what I'm doing. And I've still got my beer. Let's get cracking on. It is a couple of days later because it got dark, but I'm all finished now, and I've just got the excess bits to cut off, and also it's lacking holes, so they need to be cut out as well. I know my definition of fun might be different to others, but there you go.
Otherwise, I've had a couple of less. Ruby, you need to sit down, mate. Sit. Good girl. Stay there. No, you can't do that. You can't do crying. Also had a couple of lessons with Alex McKay down at Mount Lawley Golf Club within April as well. Working on a couple of things. Predominantly I had some real bad alignment issues, and that was resulting in some other swing path issues as well. So we've been trying to correct a couple of those. I did take some videos of that as well, so maybe I'll just slot those in. So I'm at Mount Lawley Golf Club, about to have a lesson with Alex McKay. Not sure where I'm going though.
Yep. On the driving range, what's a really scary thing is it takes about 60 shots doing something incorrectly for the brain to become comfortable seeing that. Now, if you've got a habit of aiming right, unknowingly, what have you got to do to hit it online?
Swing through from left.
Correct. Now, if I all of a sudden aim you square, where do you think the person's going to go?
Probably going to go left.
Exactly. I need to encourage the better habit through the A's first, alignment, the angle of your arm and whatnot at the start, before we can get into the B's. Alright, setting up, part 2. I want you to imagine there's a laser coming out of the end of your club. I want you to aim that through your left collarbone. That probably feels good. I'm telling you, that's where it should be. Like, this is going to be a tricky thing to teach you. And then try and hit shots from there. This could go anywhere. I'm going to stand behind this tree. That's going to feel disgusting at first. Very nice. There's a lot of good things going on in your swing. It's a bit of a supermodel golf swing. So when I say supermodel, it's very pretty, doing nothing for you, but it's gorgeous, okay? So we need to make it a bit more of a bulldog. It needs to start working for you. Okay, second session. First session we kept it foundations, the basics, the things you've got to work on before tackling bigger topics. So things like alignment, and a little bit of setup stuff, right? You were here before, now you're bordering on too much of here. I'm not too fussy. That's as long as it's somewhere between left ear and left shoulder, I'm happy. Now we go into club face control. The most basic form of it is just purely working with someone to find a feeling of how to hit the club face or hold the club face in a position. Because what I feel and what you feel are very different, right? However, if we do it enough, we'll start to find a feeling that suits you. So, square club face to the target line, square setup, looking down the target line going, oh my golly, this is going so far left, and then going into the big feeling of rotating those hips, holding that club face square through impact, as opposed to getting in front of it and flipping it over like this, which is what you have a very minor tendency to do. Setting up square, doing everything as you would on the way back, but then through impact trying to feel whatever it is that holds that club face square. It might be hips rotating, it might be hands going left, it might be logo on the glove to the sky. You need to practice and you need to find that feeling. The goal is next session you come back and you go, I'm trying to feel like I get my logo to the sky, or my hands are going left, or my left hip, or my arm bent, whatever it is. If you can tell me a feeling and hit the shot you're calling, goal, we're done. Your swing's going really well. I'm really happy. I think you're happy. The confidence will start to build. We'll see some good scores come soon. Well done.
Cheers, man.
So as you can see, some interesting points there, and I am starting to see some of that come through in some slightly better scores. Last couple of times out, I have been able to hit my handicap, which has been something I've been unable to do since mid-December before that. So quite pleased with that, to be perfectly honest. In other news, I got myself a new bag as well. So I've got the this Taylormade staff bag down from Golf Box. My other bag was starting to show some signs of wear and tear, so it's pretty light. Even with all my clubs, I able to pick that up pretty easily. I considered making a what's in the bag video, and then I realised I don't really care that much, so why would you? So to the final part of the video, my predictions for the next major, the PGA Championship. So I've split this down into a few. It's very easy when you've got the top 20 players in the world to pick basically any of them. You know, I certainly felt at the Masters that there were 15 players that could have won it. So I've tried to narrow that down into different categories. The first one, going with my heart, Tiger. I love the guy. I grew up watching him. He's one of the primary reasons that I was interested in golf in any way, shape or form. I also feel that it's a course he's won at before. He won the US Open there. And when he did win the US Open at that course, it was also in a year that he won the Masters, and as the last player to win the first 2 legs of a season Grand Slam. And they were at Augusta and Bethpage. The next one with my head, smart play, Koepka. The guy shows up in major tournaments. He seems to not care about the pressure element. He can turn up and just dominate. He's been so close, or was close at the Masters, and I think quite unfairly represented by the media. I mean, it's well publicised that he and the media don't get on very much because he doesn't give them a lot. But, you know, you saw the post-round interview, and the first question he was asked was about how impressive it was to see Tiger out there. You know, that's just not on for the guy. But I think that might just spur him on. A long course round at Bethpage, so you'd expect that he's going to, you know, use the power and the length that he's got. I'm then going to go for a first-time major winner. Now, the pick that I'm going to have for this is Tommy Fleetwood. I'm a real big fan of Tommy, not just because he's English, but because I look a little bit like his caddy as well. So I'm told. I do. Yeah. Look, Tommy's got a great game, and the main thing is that he is arrow straight. And Bethpage is a course where if you go offline, the rough is deep and you will be punished. So I think someone like Tommy, if he can get it going, will go really well, and I'm expecting him to be in the top 5 of the PGAs. And then I'm going to go for a bit of a roughie, a bit of an out of left field. I'm going to go for Xander Schauffelle. I haven't seen a lot of this kid, but what I have has been very impressive, and that's been in major tournaments as well. So at the British Open last year, and then at the Masters just last month, he was fantastic, and he doesn't seem to have an issue with the pressure in those big tournaments. I wouldn't say he's a front runner, but as an outsider, I think he'd be a great bet. And then there's the others, the should-bes, you know, those that will always be there in the running if they show up to play. The DJs, the Rorys, the Justin Roses, the Jason Days, the Tony Finau's, all seem to be in pretty good form at the moment and could definitely turn up on the day and win it. Expect top 10 finishes out of all of those. Okay, that's all for this update. In the next month, expect to see 3 more videos from Dubai. That will be from the Majlis course, the Faldo course, and then just a final wrap video from Dubai. If you did like the video, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and leave a comment below. Who do you think is going to win the PGA Championship? Thanks again for watching, guys. It's a pleasure to have you with me. I'll see you again next time.